Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 28th of April. And looking at it here, we're looking at 5 waves down from the top here. So we can look at that as this is an impulse wave. So then we should have a corrective wave as wave B, and then down for wave C to make wave 4, and then pushing up for wave 5. Now, because this here hasn't finished off very well, it's left us looking at different ways we can view this as such. One of those is looking at it like this, but it doesn't really make much difference in this case. If we looked at wave 3 and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 here, and having an ending diagonal triangle with 3 waves each in these guys here, it would still leave us with, you know, this scenario coming into play here. The only other thing that I can think of is that it is possible to count 3 waves down here, which we have been looking at, and we can look at it again, and you can make your own assumptions about that. But this particular move here, it's in 3 waves here, so it kind of looks like, you know, an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. But that means that the corrections actually started back over on the 13th of March, so to speak, early March, which doesn't really connect with other markets having their corrections as well. Anyway, what we'll do is we will consider this as 5 waves, and then we need to consider this as 3 waves up here to the 61.8%. But anything past that ABC pattern and past the 61.8%, or at least support on the 61.8%, then we'll need to look at it in a different light. We'll look at it in a positive light, but I don't have enough evidence to say that we're going to be bullish and we're going to keep moving up through here. I know Ethereum has moved up quite nicely as well, making new highs. But the thing is that, well, here, this top here is on the 16th of April, roughly. Let me just get that in here for us. That top there, 14th. Let's just get that right. Yeah, 14th of April, that top there. So this top over here is, well, the 16th, so 2 days behind. This is a 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart here. So that was the top over here for Bitcoin. So this market has produced new highs coming in through here. So I haven't really given enough time to ponder it, but it could be viewed as an A wave here, 3 waves for the B wave here, and 5 for the C wave here for wave 4, and then 1 and 2 here, and then going up for wave 3 here, which would need to be finished off here, and wave 4 and wave 5 here. So if I'm just saying, if that is the case, that would give us 5 waves from that low here, and that would put us into this wave 3. Now this would put us that would be lagging behind this market where we've got wave 3 here already. But it is possible that it can catch up during this this spell here for this. So this is possible at this point. The other count here for this is considering it in line with Bitcoin, just a bigger sort of correction here. So still on the early April here, the 14th, 15th, 16th of April in here. Looking at this as the top, and then looking at this as an A and a B and a C for the A wave here, then an A and a B and a C here to finish this off here. And I think there's one more to go up here for that, and then come down for the C wave here. So that's possible as well here. I think in both cases, even if this makes a new high here, then it's likely to pull back and correct this move from the upside here. So we're going to see some sort of first high above the level here, probably not the first high above the level, but one that comes back and after it's done its 5 waves here, to come back and check on this before moving off higher, which will give us entry points to move in here. I think the other point here too is that I know folks are thinking about, you know, some folks are thinking about bigger bear markets and all the rest of it. I don't think it's in here yet, because if this is in 3 waves here and 3 waves here and 5 waves here, so you know, this is this is all a corrective pattern here. So even if it plays out here like this, we've still got further highs to make with all of this. I think it's also kind of important to look at the crypto index as well. Just clearly, this index here, it's just called crypto index. It's the top 10, but in this instance here, this is just a daily chart. There's a good case for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave being finished here for this, isn't there? It doesn't mean that, I mean, it can move, because it's got 3 waves here, it can just continue to move up through this way. It could also get larger. This could also just be the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. This here is another index here for the CIX crypto index, which is the top 100 here, but it's got the same, I can see that it's got the same weighting as the one for 10, and we could look at wave 4 being here, right, and then look at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, pushing up for this 5 of wave 3 here for this. That would put it in the same vein as Ethereum in a sense, because we've also got that clear 3-wave price action coming in there for that. So yeah, that Ethereum coming in for this, let me just take it back to this, I think it's this 2-hour chart here. Considering this wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and then looking for 5 waves up to finish this off here at wave 3 here, when we bring across the crypto indexes here, they can be the same as well. That could just finish off up here to finish off this thing here. Yeah, it could get bigger and uglier, but as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So Bitcoin may be just out there by itself in leading the situation. But anyway, let's just go back to Bitcoin for a moment and let's just focus in on that. So this move down here, it fits better as a 5-wave pattern, but it can be counted as 3 waves coming into that space. So I'm not sure what intraday, the 4-hour didn't really have much on it, so I'll just cut through to the 1-hour chart here. So with the 1-hour chart, it counts nicely as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then go down for 5 here for wave 3, then 4, and then 5 here for the A wave. So there's a good case for that. We could make this, you know, as I mentioned before, we can make this as a triangle pattern here, and we can, if I go to the tick chart for a moment, 100 ticks, we can make this a B wave here. So all of this move down here is an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves down for the C wave here to make, I've got wave A here, but to make wave C here in that instance. So that's also possible as well, because it does make a nice triangle pattern here as an A, B, C, D, E here for wave B, and wave 4s and wave Bs have triangles in them. But I have to say that this really looks like, I know it's a correction, I know it's a continuation pattern. Can we label it as wave B? It's kind of big enough and ugly enough to do that. But that's wave 4's job as well, to, you know, to be big and ugly. Does it fit up here to be a nice ABC pattern here? I don't think so. I really think this counts better off as, you know, as the 5-wave structure to the downside. But anyway, while we're here with this, our focus is the B wave here. So with that in mind, we've got a few things going on here. First of all, we've got our trades in here. So we've got, you may have a position in any of these spaces here. You may have one here. I'm bringing the stop up to this wave 4 here. I'm being very conservative, but I've counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 5 of A, and then the B wave here, and then looking at this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I know wave 5 hasn't made a new high here, but it does have 5 waves in here, and it does leave this as a nice ABC pattern here. So then we've got this move up here, which leaves us with an A and a B and a C wave here for this. And then we've got this starting to move up here higher. So we'll bring this, we've got this trade here. We need to get that to break even. So we need to put that in there. And we need to protect those profits there. So basically we've covered our costs and we've got a free trade now. And the thing that I'm concerned about is that, let's just say for a moment that, of course I can be wrong. So if we look at this as wave A here, it's nice and strong and powerful, and then we're seeing a very lazy C wave here, and that's kind of the normal thing. So most people think in terms of bull market, so the wave A would be sharp, and then wave B, and then wave C over to here like this. But in the reverse of that would see wave A sharp here, a B wave here, and then a lazy C wave here. So this was quite sharp here, got a bit lazy towards the end, but it's just sort of getting lazier now. So it's almost like it's sort of rolling over a little bit, isn't it? So it's a typical C wave here. My problem with it is that it's a little bit small in terms of distance. So the length of wave A here, you know, compared to wave C here, this makes it really quite small at this point. So it could get a bit bigger and we could sort of extend it out a little bit further. But let's just, for a moment, let's just grab the top and the bottom of this, the top and tail. So from this top here roughly down to here somewhere, it leaves us with the 61.8% here. It could move up to the 76 up here as well. We can just put that in there for the moment. Get rid of this. But what I was thinking is that once this 5 waves finishes here, right, once we get this 5th wave in here, that's a possible turning point here for this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for this, and then move down. So it takes us into the 50-60% retracement level area. So between 60 and 50 here, we've got the trading levels, minor levels. So just a Fibonacci sequence of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. And when we talk about 8, we talk about group 2. So this is all of group 1 here, 1, 2, 3, the midpoint 50, and then 65, 72, and 80 here as such. So yeah, this is the sort of resistance sort of area through here for this. Is it possible that we could, well, copy this here because wave C is a bit short? Could we put wave 1 here and copy and put wave 2 here for this? So this 5 waves here is 1 degree smaller and goes 1 and 2 and then 3 up here. So that, if that was the case, that's going to take us way above our top up here for this. So what we could say is that once this little move here finishes, if the market hasn't turned down from that point and not coming down at that point, and we need to look at this 5 waves as wave 1 and 2 here, well, then we would need to turn bullish at that point. So I mean, we're trading and we're making money anyway, so it's not like a big deal. But once this comes in, we would need to start to look, once that high comes in, wherever it could come in higher, it could come in lower, I don't know. But once that comes in, wherever it comes in, then we can go long at that point here. So I'm just going to copy that wave 5 here. So we need to be long at that point. Which we will, but we'll probably get stopped out here first, but that's okay. We'll work our way back in. So we're just really managing our exposure for all of this. So I think that even though you know, when we're in a correction, corrections can just expand on themselves. You can see that within Ethereum, and they can get very complicated, and they're very difficult to get right. So we're better off saying that we don't know for sure, but we can work with the intraday count, and we can just sort of, you know, wiggle our way through this situation. And to do that, this 5-wave structure here, once that's finished, and we'll pick this up tomorrow, once that's finished, that can be your target area to take profit as well, if you wanted to, or you can just use a trailing stop. A trailing stop is probably the better stop. I mean, if we were meeting a big number up here, like say 60 or something, then we can get out because we know that there would be sellers there. I mean, the 56,500 here, that's what that number is. 56,500 is really important. 56 is a bit of a GAN number, so that's going to be important. 56 is going to be important, and 56,500 is going to be important. So if you're looking for a target, between those two would be what I'd be looking at. So look, we've just been waiting and waiting patiently. With all of this, we've been looking at our 5 waves down. There is a case for 3 waves, I understand that, but it just seems a bit better for 5 waves. Then we've been looking at this to the upside here. We've seen wave A be very strong, and that's like, whoa, that's pretty bullish. But we know that wave A coming down or going up in whichever is always strong. Wave C tends to be lazy, so that's what we're thinking. Well, it's starting to look a bit lazy, isn't it? So we need to be counting 5 waves up here. There's probably a case for changing this here a little bit, as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But anyway, I'll mull that over a little bit. Let's just allow this to play out here, and if we see weakness over here, then we'll know where we are at that point. That's about the best I can do with all of this. So we don't know what we're doing, but we're making money, and the takeaway is that we need to be very cautious when we get to this 5th wave here. Yes, we could go past that, and we'll pick that up, and we'll look at trading that, but that will come in at next session. Otherwise, we're going to see this market fade from this point. You know, a lot of these markets that I mentioned, like the crypto index here and so on, they're coming up to their old highs and supply levels. So they're not going to be going very far anyway, you know. And also when it comes to Ethereum as well, it's making new highs. So, you know, it's likely to be, you know, struggling along a little bit here as well. I still think there's more to go here, depending on how we count this here. I can count it in different ways. And the truth being, I haven't really sort of sat and been with it. I haven't connected all the dots yet with it. I've just been busy on other things. Yeah, more work needs to be done on this here, but yeah, as I've mentioned many times, Ethereum is, if you're going to trade long, Ethereum is the one to do that with. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.